The sound of laughter echoed off the tiled walls, sharp and cruel, cutting through the silence of the school bathroom. Emma's heart pounded in her chest as three girls blocked the exit, their sneers trapping her tighter than the closed door ever could. She clutched her backpack to her chest like a shield, her knuckles white, while her mind raced with panic. She had been avoiding them all week, slipping quietly between classes, pretending not to hear their whispers. But today there was no escape. They had cornered her. Thought you could hide forever. Sneered Jessica, the ringleader. Her friends flanked her, smirking. You think you're too good for us, don't you? Always with your nose in those books. Acting like some saint. Emma's lips trembled, but she said nothing. The truth was, she had been hiding. After moving to the city just 3 months ago, she felt like an outsider, a stranger in every hallway. These girls saw her silence not as shyness, but as arrogance, and they made it their mission to break her down. The bathroom reeked of hairspray and hostility. One of the girls yanked at Emma's backpack, nearly ripping it from her hands. The others laughed, circling like predators. For a moment, Emma's body froze. Every instinct screamed at her to run. But there was nowhere to go. She was outnumbered, outpowered, alone. And then something shifted. Emma remembered her mother's words the night before. Sweetheart, standing up doesn't always mean fighting back. It means not letting them define who you are. The fear inside her slowly hardened into resolve. She straightened her shoulders, her grip tightening on the backpack, not to shield herself anymore, but to find her strength. When Jessica shoved her, expecting her to stumble, Emma didn't. Instead, she planted her feet firmly on the floor, looked her bully dead in the eyes, and spoke. Her voice steady, clear, and louder than she thought possible. You don't scare me anymore. The bathroom fell silent. Even the dripping faucet seemed to pause. The girls blinked, caught off guard. This wasn't the reaction they expected from the quiet, bookish girl they thought was an easy target. Jessica scoffed, but there was hesitation in her eyes. You think you're tough now? She snapped, trying to recover her control. Emma didn't back down. No. But I'm not weak either. If you think breaking me will make you stronger, then you're the one who's afraid. Her words landed like a stone thrown into still water, rippling through the tense air. The other two girls exchanged glances, their smirks fading. They weren't used to resistance. They weren't used to seeing Jessica falter. Jessica's jaw tightened. But instead of lashing out, she muttered something under her breath and pushed past Emma, storming toward the door. The others followed, their confidence cracked. For the first time, they looked smaller, uncertain. The door slammed shut behind them, leaving Emma alone in the quiet. Her legs trembled, and she sank against the sink, releasing a shaky breath. Her heart was still racing, but not from fear anymore. From victory. She hadn't thrown a punch, she hadn't yelled, she hadn't cried. She had stood her ground, and that changed everything. The story didn't end in that bathroom. Word spread through the school faster than wildfire. Some exaggerated, saying Emma had fought back physically. Others said she had shouted the bullies into silence. But the truth was simpler, and far more powerful. She had found her voice. The next day, a few classmates who had watched from the sidelines approached her in the cafeteria. I saw what you did, one boy said quietly. That was brave. A girl she barely knew sat next to her and smiled, no mockery in her eyes this time. Even teachers noticed the shift. Emma wasn't invisible anymore. She didn't fade into the background. People began to see her not as an easy target, but as someone with quiet strength. And slowly, others who had felt small, weak, or alone started finding their courage too. The bullies, stripped of their power, never fully regained it. Jessica avoided Emma after that day, her confidence shaken. Power built on fear crumbles the moment fear is taken away. Emma's challenge hadn't just been surviving the bullies. It had been surviving her own silence, her own belief that she wasn't enough. That day in the bathroom proved her wrong. Weeks later, when another freshman girl was cornered near her locker, Emma didn't hesitate. She stepped in not with fists, but with words that carried weight. Leave her alone. And this time, the bullies didn't even argue. The lesson was clear, and it spread beyond the walls of that school. Strength isn't always about fighting back with force. It's about standing tall when the world tries to push you down. Emma walked those halls differently now. Not as the quiet, timid new girl, but as a reminder that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's choosing to face it head on. And that choice, it shocked everyone.